Whatsup KBA Squad, Phoenix here. This is Idle Mafia, and today we are going to talk about the weed farm event. Now this is slightly different from other events you may have played like Las Vegas or the Japan event, so we're going to talk through the slight difference in the mechanisms, but it is still fundamentally more of the same. With 4 hours to go, I have completed the entire milestone rewards that you see above, and it's mostly Mystic Capo shards, 55, 30 selection shards, 10 Mystic keys, and 1100 DNA. There's no reason for you that you'd have to spend money on this event unless you wanted to unlock the premium rewards, and it's mostly about being patient over the 3 days that this event runs for, and you might need to dip into some of your diamonds to help accelerate that so you can reach the final goal, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Premium rewards, which cost an extra £10, $10, completely optional. You don't have to go for it. I generally don't go for it if you are playing the long, patient, free-to-play system, but yeah, the choice is yours. If you want to go for that, it just doubles what you get, converts the Mystic keys into the selection nation or trait capo keys, and you do get and double the amount on top of the basic rewards for mythic capos like the Tomikawa, Tentacles, and Godfather. So that's all the basic premises. So what are my thoughts on the weed farm event? It is totally doable. On the top right hand side you can see, if I go to details, we have 20 reward milestones, and it splits up the basic rewards we saw earlier into these, and it's all geared on how far you can develop your income, as is the case in most events. It will follow most of the same mechanics like others, but there is no sort of bonus or multiplier that you need to improve in order to upgrade the income. So for example, like in Japan events, there's a slot machine. Every time you play the slot machines, you might get some bonuses that you can top up in the bottom right corner for like income, sushi, income of certain capo buildings. There's none of that here. Where this kind of differs is the key mechanics. That's actually how you're going to develop your capos and makes quite a big difference. This is where Mafia Club really comes in handy, and we'll talk through that in a moment. The gameplay, it's the same. You have a capo building, you need to assign the capo in there and level them up. Once you've leveled them up, then you try and unlock a new building, and then rinse and repeat. Mafia Club members, super important in this to claim those keys. As I mentioned, capo development pretty much rides on that, otherwise you're going to have to tap into your diamonds. So if you don't have Mafia Club, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You have to be patient to unlock the free chests and also the free capo shards, and you don't get as much. The helicopter drops for these keys are also very frequent, so I do advise you to have this game open in the background and just make sure you pick up those keys so you don't have to tap into your diamonds. Now if we go into the shop, I've already completed them all, but if we look at my capos, most of them are level 11. One thing I like about this, they only require their own capo keys, so you don't have to worry about using other capos to help develop individual ones. Whichever one you get, just always upgrade them as you go. They will count to the top right hand mission, upgrading capos to a total level. Every time you upgrade a capo, you will get additional keys. So yeah, as I mentioned, just keep upgrading them as you go. The middle switches between collecting joint and collecting income. Income of course is driven by your buildings, but collecting joint is solely from the premium weed safe, so that's where the keys come in play, and you need to consume those keys in order to complete the joint mission, and that keeps on rotating. Of course you can get it from helicopters as well, but most of the time it is just keys from what I've seen. The top left, that switches between leveling up the capo buildings, so they go in increments of 20, So level 20, 40, 80, 100, 120, up to about 300, 340. Once you've reached that, then it will prompt you to unlock the next building. So you can see in that short time we've had a crazy amount of helicopter drops. So Mafia Club, super helpful, and I guess it will show the value with being a Mafia Club member. That is like £5, $5. If you're playing Idle Mafia very frequently, a lot of the perks that you unlock with Mafia Club is wholly worth it. So whether you choose to just do it 1 month, you can choose to go absolutely free to play. No problem with that whatsoever. I did it for the first couple of months, but if you find yourself clicking a lot of the advertisements and spending time, and time is important to you, then you may want to consider Mafia Club membership. When it comes to unlocking a new building, what you will have for the capo that is stationed there, the top left mission, they will provide you with those capos that you can upgrade them straight away to at least level 2 to 4. The more you level them up, the more keys are required. So for these level 11 capos, then you'll need 16, but of course you want to level up the furthest one. This is what it looks like. Let me just press that one. That's for the income. So this is the rotation of buildings and the capos that you can expect to station there. One thing that you cannot do is try and save up these capos from the keys. It works on these packages that you see here. They are not available and only open up as you unlock that building for that capo. So the same thing in here, you won't see the later capos that you need to station in the keys until you get to their building and you unlock it. If you go on the premium weed safe, you can do it by 1 times 10 like in normal cities, and then at max. If you're trying to maximize your keys, then you probably want to do it in times 10 or a few at a time, so that you can have a mix of joints, income, and capos, and make sure you're not overspending keys if you want to refresh the joint and income mission. But here, since we've got 18, let's click on 10, and you can see at the top we've collected the joint. Pretty decent. Let's go ahead and claim that. I'm just trying to see here if I can automate the last two. Those ones I still haven't been able to, but you can see we are still able to do the far left mission, and we are nearly close. Let's see if we can upgrade a capo. Not yet. And let's just see, 725. Close. 17. There we go. And total level of businesses, it upgrades every 100 or 200. So if you've already completed the capos, it will rotate between the total level across the businesses, but you most likely would have already completed all of these. The good thing is you can claim them as you go. Oh, I forgot to claim these. Cool, that's nice. So yeah, you don't have to worry about receiving them at the end of the event, which is cool. It's kind of like a mini event. But we have a few more keys, so let's do that. Nice. The free weed safe, that refreshes every day, so make sure you are using them each day. You get roughly 8, and then the free magnum capo shards, you should use these only for the furthest level capo that you need to upgrade. You can use all 8 and put them on the same character, which I did for the final capo. But there are a lot of pretty good free ways or Mafia Club options to develop your capos. There's definitely a patience part of it, unless you want to consume your diamonds. You don't get diamonds in here, so it's probably not worth it. But if you at least try and aim for the times 15, you can definitely make that over the 3 days, and then not too much diamonds are required to complete it all. So let's just do that. Any more? Nope. Still need a few more keys. This is all just for fun now, it's definitely not required. Yeah, we've got one here we can upgrade for this video to show you. So level 9 to level 10, it requires 8. You can press that every time you upgrade. We get a new key there, and it will require another capo level before we get that next key. So that was 9 to 10. 10 to 11 requires 8 again, but 11 to 12 is 16. So that gives you a rough idea. I like Weed Farm. I think it's very good. It's definitely more hands-on than you need to be across the other Idle Mafia games, the Idle events. So whereas I'm pretty hand-off or last minute with Japan, Las Vegas City, this is kind of something you want to spend a bit of time on each day to make sure you can get most of those milestone rewards. But pretty decent. Some people may not like the key feature because you cannot progress capital developments even if time passes by. You can only get from these safes, and that's by completing the missions or consuming your diamonds. So yes, it might be a bit of a bummer. Just think to what milestone you are happy with reaching if you don't want to spend your diamonds. But if you're looking to progress your mythical capo shards much faster, then at the same time it is also, I would say, still worthwhile spending them here to at least reach the second to last stage, than spending 200 diamonds on a mythical capo shard, because you can roughly expect 200 diamonds is 5 to 15 on average, mostly 5 capo shards. So this is going to get you a little bit further. But that's my thoughts on Weed Farm event here in Idle Mafia, and some of the mechanics and how you can sort of play through it. Very straightforward, a little bit more hands-on to make the most of this event, and it can be diamond consuming, but if you're just patient with time, you don't have to spend too much. Let me know down in the comments what video you'd like to see next in Idle Mafia. Share your thoughts on Weed Farm, whether you like it, whether you don't, if you were able to max all the milestone rewards, or you find it a little bit difficult. Sound off in the comments, let me know. Give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new to my Phoenix Plays channel, then make sure you subscribe, join the KBA Squad community, my live streams I'm doing every Friday for some chilled out vibes. And don't forget to check out my website at ONETECHTRAVELER.com to see more guides across my games, travel stories, and gear reviews. See you in the next video, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.